So I think the first month in the program took from 3K close to 20K.
What were you kind of doing before that point when you were doing the holiday lighting?
That's a good question. I worked at a golf course. I cleaned golf carts. You're just someone's servant, bro. It's horrible, honestly. I hated that job.
It sets your standard. It's like, okay, well, I can't be lazy because, Jackson's over here like doing this much. Like I can't just like not show up tomorrow.
No,
Like,
I'm telling you, it's a breeding ground like for success and like pushing people.
alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, back with another student interview. Today we got the man, the myth, Christian. How are we doing today, brother?
Doing very well. Doing very well. Happy to be on the call with you.
Awesome, brother. Well, yeah, we'll kind of jump straight in. I guess tell me to start before we get into your story. I guess, when roughly, I know you might not know the exact date, when roughly did you join HSA and what have kind of been the numbers you've done like before joining and now like post joining?
So started, I think in May, right? We probably talked in May.
Yep. Something
Um,
like mid-May.
yeah, I was talking in May, was talking to like a couple other mentorship sort of deals, and like you just stood out in the sense of integrity and like just clean cut, like gonna take you where you need to go. Um, Started in May. I think I was like kind of playing around, like cleaning windows with my friend because I was actually renting a filter for my friend. Ended up buying one. I'm like, dude, this is where I'm gonna do it. Like, so I bought a filter. I think I did like 3K. My CRM says like 3K the month before the program. We talked, um, joined the program, and just started like pouring my everything into it. Like, not in school. No family trips needed to be taken. Like just really committing your entire existence to being good at door-to-door sales and running a window washing business. So I think the first month in the program took from 3K close to 20K, like 18, is what my CRM says. So 3 to 18, um, second month, like 25, 26. Um, and that was just like literally just nonstop grind, like just every single day, like getting on the calls, texting Nick, like, yo, listen to the voice memo, like, um, straight just coaching to be good at window washing, and in turn that you're good at window washing if you like, or you're good at door to door or whatever you want to call it. Um, 26, and I think this month we're doing pretty good. I think ever since the program started, like close to like right around 50 to like 53 or 55 generated. 55 would be like the top end. Rev generated since joining. So like honestly turned my business life around. Like I wouldn't have thought, but like you're like, Christian, like commit yourself to this, and like I got you. And so that's exactly what you made happen, right?
Yeah. Not a bad ROI since joining, it sounds like.
No, how's that little investment on the program? It's like, okay, that makes sense.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, done like 18 month one, 25, 26 month two. I
Yeah.
guess what got you to the point to where I guess you wanted to start a home service business in the first place? And like, I guess kind of like what led up till that point to where we connected? Like before you found me, before you started selling window cleaning door to door, like what were you doing before? Had you tried other businesses in the past? Was this your first one? Like, how did we get to where we are now?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That's important background. So when I was like 18, I had zero clients. I was like properly broke. Um, you know, I had a car, kind of had enough gas money to get around, but wanted to make money. So holiday lighting was like my business that I put like all my expenses of this holiday lighting startup on a credit card. Um, and so bought the flyers, bought the shirts, bought the tools, like all on a credit card. And then I started knocking doors with no sales training, zero sales training. Just knocking doors because I kind of figured out like if I said this, it worked better than saying that. So ended up doing like 100 holiday lighting installations with just other people's Christmas lights. Um, and that showed me like I'd like to say I'm good at sales. Um, and so that was some background. And then did a partnership with a holiday lighting deal where joined my friend's company who was doing holiday lighting. Um, and that was sort of like another business model that just wasn't my favorite. Um, and so I came from a background of like knowing how kind of businesses run, like entrepreneur family. Um, and it just like you have self-worth in that sense because you kind of like you know what you have inside of you and you know like if you pour into that, like it will come back 10x. So just having that personal confidence and value to begin with, like I know I'm better than this because that's where I was when we came. Like holiday lighting is not my favorite. I'm like saw my friend doing window washing. I'm like I can do this like way better than he's doing it. And so I'm like I'm watching short form content on how to like get better at window washing. And it was like ultimately like you got to invest into yourself. And so that's something I realized in anything. Like if you invest in yourself, like you get a better soccer coach if you want to be good at soccer. You get a better, you know, skateboard if you want to be good at skating. Um, and it's like that was the same case with business. It was like I'm gonna level up in business, and I need someone to help me on the journey. And that's when kind of talking to mentors, and then ended up connecting with you because I was at a point where I was like, wow, like what am I doing? I'm so much better than this. Um, and I need someone to kind of help me on that upscale, uptrend.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really interesting to hear because it was kind of the exact thing I had before I started is like I knew the potential I had, I just didn't know how to best like utilize it. And
Yeah.
like finding the opportunity of door to door like in the first place, I was like, I can literally just like if I want to make more, I can just literally work harder or I can just get better. And that was awesome. And then the first part of that of like the or the second part, the get better part, it's like I can literally just purchase the skills. Like I can literally just buy the skills. I don't have to spend necessarily the 5, 6 years of like, just critiquing bit by bit. It's like I can just literally purchase that and download it like immediately. And like unlock the skills of like people who have made millions with this and just get that off the rip.
Well,
Um,
and it's funny you say that because the thing that introduced me to you was your Instagram bio. Your Instagram bio is like 1 million door-to-door window washing sold. I'm like, dude, this guy is the man. I'm like, and then you're like, oh, yo, free mentorship like intros. And I'm like, all right, free mentorship intro. Like, why not? And then I'm like, wow, there's actually some value behind this because I didn't see the value, right?
Interesting. So like, what I guess how long had you seen my stuff for before you actually like reached out and like we got on a call?
I would say like not long. I saw your short form content for like 2 weeks. I was kind of like in some short form looking at other mentors, and then I was like, I saw yours, and I'm like, whoa, I feel like we have a lot more in common than the rest of these guys.
Interesting. Nice. So like I know you said you did 3K the month before. Was that your first month or how long had you been trying window cleaning before?
That was like, yeah, that was the first month I had a filter. Before I was renting a filter just to make side cash.
Okay, nice.
So that was like me kind of going out a couple times a week, pre-booking jobs. Pre-booking is a huge like crutch. It just doesn't exactly work that well,
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I guess one thing I'm curious about is what were you doing before the holiday lighting? Like how did you get into business to begin with? Like what were you kind of doing before that point when you were doing the holiday lighting?
Yeah, that's a good question. I worked at a golf course. I cleaned golf carts, drove little golf carts around in like the little golf cart, like I think they called it the barn. So we'd like show up at like 5 in the morning. I'd pull all the golf carts out, back them in out there, and that was like that was trash. I hated that. Um, I showed up like 5:15 in the morning. It was like dark out. I'm all cold. Like I don't even want to be there. Like dude, I seriously was making like $700 every like 2 weeks or whatever, or like a week and a half. I don't know. it was trash pay. Like you, it was just insulting, honestly. Um, we would just pull the golf carts around, and then you'd like put little pencils in like the little the cart clip thing, and then you put like a little scorecard, and like you're just someone's servant, bro. It's horrible, honestly. I hated that job.
So
Uh,
when did the desire of like because I've heard a lot of people who would say they always felt semi-entrepreneurial, and then there's the people who are like, no, not really. I just like wanted to make more money, or like, did you know you wanted to start a business, or was it kind of like at that point that you were like this sucks. Like I know I can do more than this.
it was a little bit of both. Like I knew like I'm empowered in the sense of like having a strong entrepreneurship family, and I see other people around me doing better. It's like you are who you're around, right? So if you have successful entrepreneurs around you, you're like, well, might as well be one, right? And a couple of my friends were doing well, and I was just like, it drives you to be better. You know, if you're hanging around bums, you're gonna be a bum. If you're hanging around entrepreneurs, you're probably gonna be an entrepreneur. And it was one of the points where I was like, I kind of switched friend groups in a way and hung out with some more productive people, and I was like, okay, wow, I can do a lot better for myself. And also like I want to be set up, have a family one day and like just be successful. And it's like, why not start now? Why would you wait till you're like 23 out of college and you're broke? And so that was like probably the turning point for me. It was like thinking into the future and understanding like your value as a person.
Hmm. So
Um,
when did that switch like actually flip of okay, like did you like quit the job or did it kind of just fizzle out? Or like when was the switch flipped of like, okay, I'm actually gonna start my own like door-to-door lighting thing? Or like when did that kind of transition happen?
it didn't really happen properly until I talked to you.
Really? So it was
Yeah,
kind of
you were like the turning point in my like hustle. Um, because like you can kind of prove yourself and like play around, but unless there's like some accountability behind it, as with anything, it's like it won't actually go too far, I feel like.
yeah.
And so like when we talked to you, I was like, wow, this is kind of like a big conversation for me. Even though like for you it's just like kind of interviewing, like onboarding another student. But that was honestly like turning point. I was like ready to go. That's what I told you. I'm like, I'm ready to like commit everything to this.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it was really just like a side hustle, like kind of just doing it to get by until that point.
Yeah, literally doing it to get by, like make some money for trips because I like, traveling and make, gas money and pay for XYZ. But if you want to get ahead and like make real money, it's like that's kind of where you took me from where I was. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess couple questions now on the other side of starting. How quickly after joining did it take you to get to the point where you were doing like your first $1,000 day, like in profit?
I'd say probably like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And then what's been your biggest day so far? Or with
Biggest day, I think, has been just shy of 3K, like 28 or 29. I could have just lied and said three, but yeah, I think like 28, 29.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I guess like what is one piece of advice? Because I think a lot of people are in a position to where like they know what they kind of want long term. They know they don't want to be working a typical job, but like haven't made the full commitment yet. I guess like what's one piece of advice you'd give to the version of yourself before you like really locked in and like started taking it seriously and invested in yourself and like put in the actual work and started? What's one piece of advice you'd give to your past self or someone in a similar position?
Um, if you're gonna choose to do it in the future, you might as well do it now because you're only gonna set yourself behind. If I would have started last summer, imagine what this summer would have looked like. So you're just limiting your potential growth by just kind of hanging out. Because that's all I did, like kind of just hanging around, like. But if you're like, okay, yeah, I want to start a business in 6 months, it's like, no, no, start it now because in 6 months you'll be 10x. Like you're only holding yourself back. It's like it's like taking 20 minutes to tie your shoes. It's like, yeah, you're gonna tie your shoes, but it's like dude, just tie them in 20 seconds so you can go. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
don't know. That's how I think of it. So if I was to tell myself anything again, I would be like, I'd go back and be like, um, all this kind of like playing around is like it's not really worth it. Like it is, you like just start now because if I would have started, 2 months earlier, you would have been at I could have pushed probably the 35K month this month. And it's like, yeah, you're saying no to money. You're saying no to growth. You're saying no to personal growth and financial growth. And you're putting an X over growth by not starting if you know you want to start in the future.
Yeah. 100%. It's like it starts when you do. Like it's really easy to be like, "Oh, I know where I want to be one day." And like this one day, this whole thought of like one day, one day, one day. It's like, bro, like one day literally is just a few weeks, months downstream of like your first day that you decide to like go all in. And
Yeah.
it's not going to just fall out of the sky. There's never going to be perfect conditions either. Like I know there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, well, I'm in school right now, or I have a job." It's like there's plenty of reasons not to, but those are going to be the exact reasons why you don't get to where you want to get to.
Yeah, I mean, you're just I mean, it's super ignorant to say no to growth, I feel like. It's like, oh yeah, I want to buy a house one day, but I kind of just want to work at the golf course, just a couple more months until like, and it's like, no. You gotta get risky. You have to take risks. And it's like the risks you're taking, I feel like at you and I's age is just like not as risky as it would be to like do something crazy at 50.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you have to understand where you're at. It's like, what's my risk like consequence? And for me, it was literally nothing. Had zero risk consequence. And it's like, if you can evaluate how risky a decision is and like realize like if you're at zero, it's like there's no reason not to. You're saying no to growth, and that in itself is just not that intelligent. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like I'm all for like just getting risky and like pushing yourself. And if you need a strong support, it's like you surround yourself like with people like you in the community we're in, and it's just a breeding ground for success. It really is.
Yeah.
Like
100.
everyone inside of the program is like bouncing each other, like bouncing off each other. It's like, oh, like he did this and he did that and he did this, and it's just like everyone's just like making money. You know what I mean? If you can bring yourself into that sooner than later, you're gonna be ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like I've heard the quote something along the lines of like it's not addition when people come together like that. It's not like one plus one plus one. It's like multiplication. It's exponential because like what's working for you helps someone over here. What's working for them helps someone over here. And it's like it's a compound effect. And it's like if you're just doing it by yourself, like you're in the dark. And it's like even like I think obviously the biggest part is like have people who are ahead of you doing more than you, but also like when there are even people alongside you doing similar numbers, it's like that's also competition. It's also accountability. And it's like it
Yeah.
makes you it sets your standard. It's like, okay, well, I can't be lazy because, Jackson's over here like doing this much. Like I can't just like not show up tomorrow.
No,
Like
seriously, that happened to me on Saturday or Friday or Saturday. Someone was like, I was at like 23 on the day, and some kid posts 25 just cruising today. I'm like, bro, like I need another sale. I don't want to be number two on the leaderboard today when I'm like having a fantastic day. Like that, like I'm like, hey, like we'll just kind of like do the solar panels, like just kind of do it half off, like trying to upsell all my clients from the day just because I'm like, I'm not trying to get beat by this kid. I have no idea who he is in the group. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, but it's like I'm telling you, it's a breeding ground like for success and like pushing people.
yeah, 100%.
It's
I think it's so true.
it's really cool. It's an unmatched. Like I've never been like a part of anything like so productive, you know? Like it's a no-brainer. Honestly, like when I joined, I'm like, oh, it's like kind of as expensive. And I'm like, but now I'm like, dude, this is cheap for what it is. Like you get so much out of it, and it's like a long lasting sort of deal where it's like I'm kind of thinking about it now. I'm like, dude, Nick could probably be charging like probably like a lot more for this. You know what I mean? Like if people could see the exponential growth, they would benefit from this. Um, so like that's kind of what I would just tell myself. It's just like just everything in that sense of like you don't want to say no to growth if you eventually want to be successful.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny you say that about the like it's cheap in retrospect. Like I can't tell you how many times I've had people be like, Nick, like you seriously need to charge more. Like what are you doing? And sometimes it's the same people who were like, giving them like objections or whatever, like on our initial call, or they were like, oh, it sounds expensive. And now they're like, bro, like you need to charge more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the core, yeah, I don't think we need to kind of get into that, but yeah, I think you could definitely charge more money.
Yeah. No, it's really funny. I guess I think one thing too is like when most people come in, they're either at like their job or whatever, or they're like early in their business. And so like to be at the 3K a month point, it's like any investment sounds like crazy, right? Because it's like it's so much money at the time, but it's like what is the 20 to 30 to 40K a month version of you think about that investment?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's nothing, right? And it's like
Yeah.
it's hindsight's 2020, but
It's nothing, especially for like the personal growth you get. It's like if I could pay if the price of the course every single month to receive like exponentially more growth, I'd be like, I'd have you on payroll, bro. Like, please, like have it all. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
it's funny.
yeah, it's something like you hindsight 2020, like you said. It's honestly cool. It just puts a smile on your face. It's like, yeah, that like makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It makes money. So it's like it's all good. It's all really good stuff.
Yeah. That's honestly been one of my favorite parts about doing this is just seeing that on the other end of like people who came in like struggling or just knowing that they're not where they want to be. And on the other side, they're just like, bro, like literally just in a matter of weeks or a couple months being in that position. And then, like you said, it's like, yeah, it's like you're in a position where it is nothing to that new
Yeah.
version.
No, it's crazy. It'll change your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like financial freedom is one of the biggest components to like confidence, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not pride, but I'd just say like confidence.
Yeah.
And that's honestly that's what I was lacking on that first call with you. I wish we had that on recording or something.
I might somewhere deep in I probably do deep in the archives here.
We need to clip that and put it in here. Where it was like I'm in my truck, just like at the job. We were at this job for like 5 hours. I remember that one day, and I'm just like, dude, I had none of the systems. I had nothing. I was just trying to make it happen.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna go through and check after this.
Yeah, you should. I'd love to see that. It's crazy.
Fire brother. Well, this has
Yeah,
been awesome. Thanks for popping on. And I'll see if we have a little clip from the video. Maybe we'll put it in here at the end. But
yeah, we should,
thanks for popping on. This has been great, and I will see you guys in the next one.
of course. Later.